Howdy, SimTheWorld here, back with our Farming Simulator 19 series. We are going through the Alpine expansion. So this morning, it is the second day of seasons. We switched over. Couple things I want to note from last time. Ran into a few more issues, specifically with seasons, in fact. So you know how we picked up that handheld tool that kind of let us figure out moisture levels, plant levels, heights, things like that. So I found out that it does not play nice with our milling machine. And in fact, one of the issues that happened was if you go to your garage, it actually didn't allow you to go to the garage. So I couldn't see what I had. I couldn't sell anything. It was just very, very strange why that would be an issue. So I had to make the decision, do we keep the milling machine or do we keep the handheld? And of course the milling machine won out because it's a lot easier to load up things, and this thing is already ready for snow. So we'll be able to use this if it does start to snow heavily and we need to clear paths. Should be good to go. So that was the main issue I ran into. Hopefully that's not something that is a reoccurring issue. I think for the most part the mods we have set are set and there shouldn't be much changing. Ooh, another thing I realized. So you can probably see that our time scale is now to 15-minute speed. I realized that doing 9-day seasons at real time, it was taking too much time. We'd be able to do way too much in an episode. Like, I think yesterday in our real-time series, I was able to finish these bottom fields here, getting those ready, and we collected on them. So I think we had planted 18 and 20 in the episode, and I said I'd continue with like 21 and 22. I got 14 and 16 done too, which may or may not be as realistic. It took the full day. But I thought doing 15 times speed and switching over to 12-day seasons would give us a little better feeling for the series. And something else that came up is the cows. I know we looked at this last episode when we switched to seasons. I realized that they're not going to be producing milk that I'm aware of. So they're happy, they're content cows, but they're too young, they're not fertile. And I think they have to have a calf before they start giving milk, which would kind of make sense in real life. But I didn't realize that, so that milk sale might have been our last. We'll see. I'm not positive on that. I did go ahead, we filled it with straw, with some water, I cleaned up the cows. We should be ready to go. Regardless on the cows, hopefully they do continue to produce milk. We will find out for sure. Let's take a look here. Never remember all the controls. But yeah, if they produce or not, we're not going to be making a lot of money. We don't have any fields of our own yet. So I think my goal for at least this year, because I don't think we're going to pick up a field right away, is going to be I really want 4. So we need to save up almost 300,000. I think that's a good goal for this season, for this whole year. To do side jobs, to figure out how the game works and planting cycles. You may have noticed I also added the newest DLC, the Precision Farming, which adds the ability to test soil samples, figure out and optimize how you spread lime and fertilizer. So that's not going to be as important to us yet until we get our own field. But once we pick up 4, we'll have the one right next to us. We'll have that big open grass area, which hopefully by then we'll be able to expand out the cow dairy farming industry. And we'll have a field which I'd like to use for straw. So with this, we have ahead of us the task of earning some money today. So let's check out our contracts. So contracts are, there's now a lot of fertilizing and sowing. There's a couple cultivating jobs that I'm seeing. They're kind of low paying, but yeah, there's a sowing job, but all the big ticket sowing jobs are all for potatoes. Maybe we'll look at that in a, maybe the next episode, maybe something like that. But what I want to do is check out the fertilizing. And we're going to take the biggest one, of course. We're not going, well, like I've been doing with the other equipment, we've been buying what we need for the future. I would like to take a look at a fertilizer and see. I think it would be wise to have something, but we got to jump over to the store and see what we can buy. Like, from what I can see in the contracts, there are a lot of bigger ticket, better priced fertilizing jobs. It'd probably be pretty easy, like, to take one or two jobs and to go ahead and pay for a fertilizer just on the work we do. And if we don't have to pay the extra fee to rent the equipment, that would be fantastic as well. I'm going to check out the shop and we'll be back in a minute. Alright, so I was checking out some of the fertilizers. I did come across this Coon. So it has 10,000 liter capacity. It only takes 125 horsepower tractor, which we definitely have that. It has a 24 meter spraying radius, and it's only 13,000 new. And of course, we've been getting these second hand since they're not our main tools of the farm. It's nothing that we need to rely too heavily on. So, and it's not going to get a lot of action. So I have no problem picking this up. I'm actually really excited about it. It does, not only does it do fertilizer, it does lime and manure, which is perfect because at some point, since we have a dairy farm, we have plenty of manure and slurry coming in. It'd be nice to have, be able to get some use out of that and use that for contracts or our own fields. So with this, I need to pick up some fertilizer for these jobs, and we'll get out to the field. All right, I did pick up 5 bags of manure, or not manure, fertilizer. It did cost, what, $9,000, so this is a larger investment. Larger than I may have liked to do initially. But let's go ahead and fill the, yeah, that'll only fill this thing halfway too. Let me get my controls here. We want to refill it. Alright, that takes the first one. I'm going to get the rest of these loaded in and we'll head over to our first contract, which I should jump over and check and get this taken. Yeah, we'll accept that. We'll jump over and I'll meet you guys at field 14. Alright, so I'm heading over to field 14. As you can see, some of these fields are growing weeds. I did enable, we're doing this as realistic as possible. Weeds are enabled, crop destruction is enabled, everything to make this as realistic as possible, because that makes it more interesting. Except for we're going to drive right through this fence, because we can. So this is field 14. It is massive. Yeah, let's take a look at how to turn this thing on. This is the first time we have enabled it. So as far as the automatic application rate goes, that's set. That is, we can change it based on the newest Precision DLC. I see no need to do that now. We'll just do it regularly so we have no issues with the contract. I think just push. Yeah, we push B. Is that how it works? We want to turn on the fertilizer. Yes, I know we don't have access to the land, but this is our job to fertilize it. There we go. Let's zoom out a little bit. Get a view of just how wide this is going to be. So this might actually end up being a quick job, which is quite exciting. Turn that off. Yeah, I think we are at a good distance here. It's slow going, and we are using quite a bit of fertilizer. Ooh, I really hope we don't go through it all. Because if we do, that's $9,000 worth of fertilizer, which won't be paying for itself. Alright, so we are coming back here. It looks like that fertilizer we bought might just be enough. If I recall, I do believe we get reimbursed for the cost of the fertilizer. Hopefully we do, otherwise, again, we did lose money. There's going to be little patches here and there that we missed. This isn't going to be the absolute perfect fertilizer job, but it will be enough to get it done. I also don't really feel like going back through and, especially with such a big fertilizer, getting these small little portions. We'll see if the farmer with the contract makes us. Usually they don't. And I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal to miss a section like that here or there. Let's take a look at our contract. Pop up the menu. Oh yeah, we got the little green. It was confirmed. We can collect our $8,000. Let's collect that now. Did that also... No, interesting. We didn't get reimbursed the fertilizer. That's kind of disappointing. Very strange. I'll have to try another contract job and take a look at that, because we definitely did spend more on that than we should have then. So I'm going to head back to the store. We're going to get some more fertilizer. I'm going to take another contract, but that is the morning, and I think that's a good time to leave off with this episode. So thanks for watching as I simulate my life one game at a time. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future action. You can follow on Twitter for updates to future games being played, as well as follow on Twitch as I try to stream 3 days a week. Thanks, and I'll see you next time at SimTheWorld.